Welcome back. Please like and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, it's great you're here. Subscribe and comment. More troubling news for black women. Let's get started. Black women are nearly twice as likely as white men to say they've been laid off, furloughed, or had their hours or pay cut because of the pandemic. More than half of black women report experiencing one of these crises, compared to less than a third of white men. Women have less of a financial safety net. Like many single parents, Joanne Hargrove has been struggling since the pandemic. Her 7-year-old daughter has spent the past year at home, learning virtually. That meant Hargrove, a U.S. postal carrier in Pittsburgh, had to stop working during the week. She's now collecting partial unemployment and working on Saturdays and Sundays, while her mother watches her daughter. "I am literally living paycheck to paycheck," the 37-year-old said. "Food is so expensive," Hargrove added. "I didn't realize that when I was making the money I was making." She's not alone. Almost 1/3, or 29%, of U.S. adults are counting on another round of government relief to get by, and another 24% say they need it but doubt it will happen. A new CNBC Plus Acorns Invest in You survey conducted by SurveyMonkey found people of color are more likely to be relying on the relief, especially black women. Half of black Americans and 40% of Hispanics said they were counting on it, while 57% of black women said the same. Additionally, 24% of blacks and Hispanics need it but don't think it will come to fruition. Many also took emergency measures over the past year to manage their finances. Again, people of color, particularly black women, felt the biggest impact. 1/4 of Americans tapped into their emergency savings or borrowed money from family or a friend since the COVID-19 outbreak, the survey found. Almost 40% of black females said the same, compared to 28% of Hispanic females, and 27% of white women. White and Hispanic men were the least likely to take such measures, compared to 26% of black men. When it comes to the prior stimulus relief payments, there is also a racial disparity. When asked what they mostly used the money for, 20% of white Americans said they saved it, versus 9% of blacks and 14% of Hispanics. Blacks and Hispanics were more likely to use it to pay their rent or mortgage, 26% and 27% respectively, versus whites. There have to be changes in the system and the policies that have basically enabled the level of challenge that we are seeing, said Dr. Shanna Tharp-Gilliam, Director of Research and Evaluation at Homewood Children's Village. The nonprofit's mission is to help improve the lives of children and their families in the Homewood neighborhood of Pittsburgh. Its constituents are largely African American. As they struggled during the pandemic, the organization distributed more than 100,000 children's meals, as well as produced laptops for virtual education, school supply packs, and diapers. "Until we recognize that America is going to rise or fall together, we're going to continue to see these same struggles," said Gilliam, who is also involved in the Black Equity Coalition, a Pittsburgh-based network established to help black and brown communities navigate COVID-19. Among the changes she thinks are needed, more opportunities for better wages, legislation that will help those convicted of a crime get a second chance to provide for their families, and rethinking qualifications for some entry and mid-level positions. On a personal level, those trying to find their financial footing should go back to the fundamentals and have a plan for spending, said certified financial planner Crystal Ford Cooper, Vice President of Planning at Glen Echo, Maryland-based Law & Associates. "We are going to the basics," she said. "We are asking people to start looking at their expenses, what they can do without, going back to the definition of needs versus wants." As financial institutions continue to target women of color, many black women financial experts have taken a stance. But why is this important? Well, when it comes to black women and money, there are a lot of obstacles to overcome. Not only are black women disproportionately impacted by the student loan debt crisis, but we're also victims of wealth disparities due to race. This, coupled with mortgage discrimination, further cripples the ability to purchase a home and build generational wealth. Despite being the most educated group in the U.S. by post-secondary degrees, black women are still only paid a fraction of their counterparts. Most recently, studies showed that black women receive 63 cents for every dollar earned by white men. The moral of the story is a black family together is 100% better than black women alone. That boss chick, independent woman stuff is not working for most women. I hope you like this and learned something. Please like and subscribe and comment. Until next time, this is Reno in the Cave. I'm out.